Alright guys, welcome back to the Patreon request, and the first one we're going to do is from Alistair Bunman, who asks, what if the Protoss existed in the Star Trek universe? But as always, before we go any further, if anyone out there wants to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Hit the third tier. That'll allow you access to do so, as well as check out the other stuff on the other tiers on Patreon as well. But other than that, let's get started with the video. Now, the Protoss from StarCraft, and what would it be like if they were in the Star Trek universe? The problem is like, we're gonna, he didn't specify, well, actually, he kinda did specify, because he was talking about the Dominion War. So this would be the TNG universe, but where would the Protoss be? Would they be with the Federation, or would they, be on their own? I personally am of the belief that the Protoss would basically see it as a, you see, the Protoss are kind of like, it's hard to gauge if the Protoss would join the Federation or not. Actually, I can tell you right now, I don't think the Protoss would actually join the Federation, but I don't see it as like they would be at war with them either. I think the Protoss would genuinely, because it's basically a very advanced race, and what we do know about the Protoss is that their encounters with the Terrans, with anyone from the United Earth Directorate or the Confederacy or anything else, there's kind of a mixed opinion. But on the most consensus of the Protoss is, you stay out of our way, we'll stay out of yours, until like some conflict does arise. Like, it could be a dispute over territory, it could be something of that degree. But genuinely speaking, I don't see the Protoss in any way, shape, or form being a genuine, constant threat. Like, I don't see the Federation being like, oh, we have to worry about the Protoss threat. Like, I do not see in any way, shape, or form that the Federation would be at open war with the Protoss. Could there be skirmishes with them? Nothing. Yeah, but I also don't see, it's nothing that, I don't see that the Federation and Protoss could actually, sit down and talk about. Like, I definitely see, and there would be some who would be genuinely on the Federation side, namely Tassadar. I think Tassadar was very open with working with humans in order to stop the Zerd. So I think if the Protoss existed in this universe, I genuinely believe that it would be Tassadar who would be really open to negotiations with the Federation. And while I don't think the Conclave would be okay with the idea of joining the Federation, I think the Conclave general consensus is we'll be kind about it. Like, we will have this genuine consensus of, you stay out, won't start nothing, won't be nothing. That's how I pretty much see, how I imagine it going, is won't start nothing, won't be nothing. And it's nothing a good sit-down and conversation would be. Now, in regards to the other races, I do think that the Protoss, while I don't think they'd have open war with the Federation, I do think they would come in conflict with another race that the Federation also is friendly with in this time period, that being the Klingons. The Klingons and the Protoss would probably have a lot of, shall we say, and I'm putting this mildly, disputes when it comes to conflicts over, territories or expansion. The Protoss aren't really all about expansion, but I would imagine they probably would have a good sizable empire at this point in this timeline, and some of it may come into and some of it, if they existed in this timeline, probably did mean that they did go to war with the Klingons at this point. And I still think the Klingons and the Protoss would probably get into conflicts here and there. But I do see that it would be something that Klingon Protoss discrepancies would probably have to be mediated between the Federation. Like, they would definitely have to be playing mediator between the two races in order to keep both happy. One, to keep the Protoss friendly with them, and two, also to keep the Klingons friendly. So that's how I see it. Now, for the Romulans, I do think that the Romulans and the Protoss would have probably had, and probably would continue to have, open war with each other. I do see that the Romulans would try to sneak in and steal some of the technology that the Protoss have in their in their repertoire, like their shields, their cloaking, even the secrets from the Dark Templar would probably be something that they would all want. I could definitely see something of that degree happening in some, in some matter or another. Now, so the Romulans would be out. Same with the Cardassians. I do see that the Cardassians would probably try the same shit too. Now, the other question that Bondman asked was, what side would the Protoss be during the Dominion War? Obviously, the Dominion War was a massive conflict that just ravaged the galaxy, and we do see the effects even in Star Trek Lower Decks of the war. Like, we do see that the Federation was kind of damaged after the Dominion War because it damn near broke them. Now, do I see the Protoss joining the Dominion? Would they join a side? There's no, it's fucking chair. There's no way in my mind that the Protoss would see the Dominion and be like, yeah, let's join. Not on the grounds of, oh, you guys are mean to the humans, stop it, you're being bad. It's more along the lines of, we are an ancient race of beings that are far beyond you. You are, compared to us, you're just like ants. Why would we join an alliance with you, just so you can tell us what to do? Get fucked. That's how I imagine it going, is that the Protoss would be more like, you don't get to boss us around. So I would see that push comes to shove, they would be fighting the Dominion War as well. But how I see it is that they would form an alliance with the Federation. I think they would fall, if push came to shove, they would definitely play the game of the Federation we have better ties with, we have better connections to. So how I see it playing out is more along the lines of the Federation we have, especially if Tassadar, again, playing with like Tassadar or Tanis, or even Zeratul, I could see being voices of reason among the Conclave, where especially to tell, shut up, Eldaris. All of these guys would definitely tell the Conclave to be like, hey, humans are actually kind of useful, and the Federation has shown that they're willing to give us courtesy and have respected our ways and our culture. So how about we just... and also, the Dominion really sucks, so how about we just quit quabbling and work with the Pinkskins? I do see that the Dominion would definitely try to take out Tassadar. That would be the big thing, is trying to get rid of Tassadar. If they could get rid of Tassadar, that could easily change the momentum of the war. But I do see the Protoss would join they wouldn't join the Federation outright, but there would be an alliance. And the Federation would definitely need the Protoss, especially in terms of their military. Those guys would definitely do... Could you just imagine Zealots fighting Jem'Hadar? Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. And also, them taking on the various other forces among them. The Protoss would definitely be something the Dominion would have to focus on, because as old as that race is, and they are kind of like the Eldar, it's an ancient race that has their power's been kind of waning for a bit. They would still be a credible threat to the Dominion, so they would do everything in their power to either destroy them or have them join them. But above all else, they can't fight. They wouldn't be able to fight the Protoss and the Federation. So yeah. There you go. I kind of think they would, out of all the three StarCraft races, the Protoss would work pretty well in there. But anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if the Protoss were part of the Star Trek universe? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I want to thank Alistair Bondman for this Patreon request, as well as continued patronage. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.